A severe weather warning has been issued for parts of Sydney and the Illawarra. Heavy rain has been falling and it's expected to intensify today. Live to Lucy Polkinghorne in Kirribilli. Lucy, it was a wet start to July for Sydney and parts of the New South Wales coast. Where are the heaviest falls and where will be affected the most today?
Yeah, Matt, not a great start to the school holidays for kids in Sydney and across New South Wales. It was a very wet start to July, as you said. 24-hour totals from 9 a.m. yesterday to today had the heaviest falls across the Illawarra, where we did see over 200 millimetres fall across multiple areas. Kiama seeing over 150 millimetres, Albion Park also over 150 millimetres, with up to around 100 millimetres of that falling between midnight and 6 a.m. this morning. But it is certainly not letting up. Heavy falls are still occurring around the Illawarra, and we do have that severe weather warning for heavy rain stretching from Sydney down to parts of the south coast as well. For Sydney, overnight, 24 hours since 9 a.m. Friday to this morning, we did see totals around 20 or 30 millimetres around the Sydney basin. However, we are expecting that heavy rainfall to increase throughout Saturday. With that severe weather warning, there is the possibility of 6-hourly totals between 80 and 150 millimetres. That's for Sydney down to the south coast. But for the city itself, the heaviest falls are expected on Sunday, as we do have that east coast low forming off the coast. It is expected to intensify and move closer to the coast, with the main centre possibly hitting the coast on late on Sunday, and that's where we will see those heavy rainfalls intensify, and with that some strong winds as well, with gusts up to 100 kilometres per hour possible. And if that does happen, that's when we will are likely to see trees coming down, and also the possibility for power outages as well.
And Lucy, a flood watch has been issued for the New South Wales coast.
Yeah, and that's due to this multi-day major rain event. So we do have a flood watch in place stretching from the Hunter down to the south coast, and that does include our Sydney catchments, including the Hawkesbury-Nepean Valley, where we have already had 2 major flood events occur in the last year. So if there is major flooding again in the Hawkesbury-Nepean, that will be the 3rd major flood in less than a year and a half, and that is very possible with the intense rainfall that we are expecting over the weekend and into Monday as well. So residents in that area are certainly being urged to keep across the latest warnings, and residents right across the warning area stretching from Sydney down to the south coast are certainly being urged to stay across the warnings as well, with this intense rainfall likely to cause flash flooding too. And the warning, as normal, is to stay clear of flooding and certainly do not drive through floodwaters.
Good advice there, Lucy Polkinghorne joining us there from Kirribilli. And we will catch up with the Hawkesbury City Council Acting Mayor Barry Calvert a little bit later on this hour.